What's up, everybody? Welcome to Smoking Weed and Talking MMA. This is episode number 29. My name is Jared. I'm here with my good friend Paul.
What's up, guys?
And we are coming to you, as always, from the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. On today's episode, we're going to be talking all about the UFC Wichita results, the UFC London card coming up this next week. This got Darren Till versus Jorge Masvidal as the headliner. We're going to have our Fighters Who Smoke segment, a look at this week's fight announcements, and as always, we like to start the show off with our favorite one.
Smoke weed every day.
The weed of the week.
Well, damn, hard up, man.
Woo, that was a big monster hit. Apt timing for our weed of the week.
Yeah, perfect.
Now, this week's segment is brought to you by Experience Premium Cannabis right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, we've got some of their Citrus Sunshine tincture. This is a tincture made with MCT oil and, of course, solventless extracted cannabis oil. It's also got the following essential oils. It's got some lemon, lime, orange, grapefruit, and tangerine.
It's fucking good.
The shit is flavorful.
All right, let me just break it down to you guys like this. We kind of took this like a savage.
Yeah, we took this like a couple savages.
Normal people, you know, you probably get it. Take a little bit of this, go to bed.
Yeah, you take a little dropper. It's a half a liter or milliliter. It's 7 milligrams of THC that way. You do it under your tongue. That's what you're supposed to do.
But what we did is we took a little bit of it, half of it on each side, poured it in a water bottle, shook it up, and downed it real quick.
Yeah, we made our own little flavored water.
It worked, too.
It was pretty tasty. Yeah, half the bottle in Paul's water bottle, half the remaining in mine. Tasted just kind of like those fruit-flavored waters you get. They got that just ever slightly bit of flavor at the end.
Yep.
But that's good. So it's about 100 milligrams.
I fuck with
It's
it
200
for sure.
milligrams of
Tasted
THC
good.
per bottle. So we each took about a 100 milligram dose.
Yeah.
Right in some water, so that hits the system pretty fucking quick.
Yeah, plus I didn't eat anything this morning, so.
Yeah, me neither. I
Shit's
haven't eaten
going
either. So.
straight up.
Yeah, we took that like 20 minutes ago, and we're both high already. So,
Yeah, I fuck with
word. Thank you, Experience Premium Cannabis. You can learn more about these guys and their awesome tinctures at epclv.com. We got all kinds of herb we're about to smoke, too, man.
Fuck yeah.
We got 3 different kinds of weed for this week's show. We got some strawberry cough, which is a sativa of unknown genetics, man. Nobody knows what that one's from, but it sure smells delicious. Got the
Yeah,
nice
I fuck with it.
fruity fucking smell.
Yeah. It's made by Redwood.
Yep, we got that. We got some Inferno OG, which is a hybrid. Inferno OG is a cross of Afghan Haze and Gauge Green.
Yep.
And that's pretty sporty.
Yeah, I fuck with that one a lot.
Yeah, I haven't smoked any on that yet today. And then our final on the weed of the week is we got some super glue left over from last week's show, which is just...
Which is aged very well.
Yes, it has. Dude, that's like my favorite strain.
Yeah,
at
I'm
the
fucking
moment
with it.
right now. This
I'm
super
fucking
glue
with
is
it.
so good. It's Afghani crossed with Northern Lights, and dude, I just
There's all these strains we got today are pretty fire.
They are pretty fire, dude. They're all good. I've been digging this. The glue is from my personal stash of this week because I had surgery. Not even a week ago. It'll be a week ago tomorrow. I had a hernia surgery, so it's been important that I not cough for obvious reasons. And this fucking shit is so smooth.
So I'm taking everything to the face today by myself, pretty much.
Yeah, I might be regulated to this little one hitter here. I don't know. I'm kind of scared to hit the bong. I don't want to cough. It's been 6 days since the surgery. It's not like it sent me to the hospital or anything, but it ain't gonna feel good.
In other words, I'm gonna be fucking high today.
Sounds like it. But dude, no, seriously, I can feel those. This tincture.
Yeah, I like it.
That's like my new favorite way to take tinctures. We'll just pour the bottle into some water, slam that motherfucker.
Yeah, for real. I mean, they're great. Don't get me wrong, but and smaller doses just because I've been, you know,
Tinctures are great for people who like to microdose.
Exactly. Yeah.
But like you and I mean, let's be real here. Like we're
I'm taking that
experienced
bottle
smokers.
to the face.
I don't even buy edibles out here because they're usually just not powerful enough.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I'm not really like tinctures are more for your microdosing, or for people who are seeking like pure medicinal benefits. But ain't nothing wrong with using it just to get stoned.
Yeah.
And slamming
definitely
100
not.
milligrams at once in some water does the trick,
Yeah.
folks.
Slam some 100 milligrams and then
What you got in this bong right here?
that right there
Is this the Inferno?
The Inferno.
All right, I'm going to try to hit this Inferno OG.
Be careful. Don't die.
I'll be careful, because if I start coughing, I'm going to have to leave my chair here, leave the microphone, and go hug this ridiculous body pillow I have. So, let's hope that doesn't happen, everybody. But, here we go.
So,
and while I'm risking myself,
risk
with
it
this
all,
hit over
bro.
here, UFC Wichita. Should we start with that? Want to get into UFC Wichita?
yeah, let's dive right in, I guess.
It's kind of a bummer of a card, honestly.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It's kind of an off week. These last two cards have not been the greatest, but they haven't been too bad. You know. Main event, kind of a letdown.
Main event was kind of a letdown.
I mean, it was everything it was gonna be. You know, it's two guys who knew they could knock each other out, so they were picking their shots, and in the end, it was Derrick Lewis's trolling was his undoing.
Yeah, he did the. I mean, it looked like a weird rope-a-dope thing. I mean, he took a kick to the stomach,
that
over.
didn't really land that hard. Like it was a little bit flush, but like it wasn't flush enough to really like knock you out, you know, or knock you down. You know, it was kind of lazily thrown. It wasn't like all his power. It was like boop, and then Derrick Lewis was like faking like he was hurt, And JDS tried to go finish him, and he fucking hit him with the overhand right. And then after that, Derrick Lewis continued to like lean over like he was hurt, but it was like, what are you doing? Like, because he would like stand up and try to finish him, and then he would like pretend he was hurt.
Belly again. Yeah, it was weird.
It was a strange one.
During the heat of the moment, I mean, the first thing I yelled, I mean, it was like he took that kick and he hunkered over. I was like, oh shit, Dos Anjos with the kill. And then he came back with that monster punch, and then I was yelling, oh shit, rope-a-dope.
Yeah, bro.
But then the round ended, and he was still doing it like, oh, I'm hurt. Oh, I'm not. It was a little confusing.
I don't know, but obviously, in the end, it doesn't really matter. JDS gets another win.
I know, third straight for Dos Santos, man. He's got a little bit of a resurgence here. Now
I'd like to see him in Stipe.
He's asking to fight Ngannou.
I'd like to see that as well.
And he was also mocking Cormier a bit for trying to do the Brock fight, which I like.
Yeah, it's good. It's good marketing.
Stipe and JDS fought once before, so that fight
twice.
would make sense.
They're
fought
1-1,
twice, right?
Yeah. Or maybe they've already fought 3 times.
Well, Stipe lost 1-1 against Junior Dos Santos, to my recollection.
Yeah, I think he might have beat him twice.
My tincture THC infused memory right now says
off to the wonderful world of the phone.
I don't know where either one of these fighters go from here, though, because nobody's getting a title shot for now, because DC is going to insist on fighting nobody.
Plus, he's also injured, so it's not going to happen for a minute.
He's injured from. Is it the same injury he had when he was too injured to fight Stipe, but then he fought Derrick Lewis instead?
No, actually, no. What happened was on the day of the fight for Derrick Lewis, he fucking sneezed and threw his back out, and I guess he like slipped a disc. So he's been recovering from that, I guess.
Gotcha.
Which is fucking funny. It's an old man thing.
That is a Cormier problem right there.
Yeah. Like that's what he's okay with it. He's like, whatever.
He pulls, it's when he tucks the t-shirt into the sweats and pulls them up so high, and then he sneezes. That kind of twists the back in a weird way like that. They call that the dad injury, I think.
It's dad bod.
You noticed I took that hit, no coughing. I had to take a little baby puff though.
So they fought once.
So they fought one time.
Twice.
They fought 2 times. They're 1-1, right?
I believe so.
You think Stipe finally takes a fight if it's, JDS or somebody?
I mean, it would probably be in his best interest, to be honest.
At some point, because Cormier is not going to fight him.
Yeah, it just seems like it's not going to happen with Cormier.
And the UFC.
And also, you don't want to get passed up by a guy like Francis or JDS, because if Francis just goes out and KOs JDS after this, how do you deny him after that? Like You can call it a little shaky because whatever happened with like Kane's knee, but has anybody come out and said anything about Kane's knee since? No, so he got knocked out.
Yeah, that noise died down pretty quick.
Yeah, so if you're a guy like Francis and you go in there and then you knock out JDS, who's already beat Stipe before, you know, and then that would either have to make Stipe rematch him immediately, or it would possibly pass Stipe up for a title shot. And, you know, if DC can't get Brock, get the next closest big name. And Francis is a pretty huge name just because of the knockouts early in his career. He created a lot of hype behind him, you know. Throw that on the International Fight Week with some other shit, you know. Other good fights, you know. Maybe a Jones fight in the main event or co-main event or main event spot, you know. Something like that. Why not?
What about Derrick Lewis? Where does he go from here?
I don't know. He doesn't really have much more to prove, to be honest. So I think he might step away pretty soon here.
I think he might too. That's my gut feeling is Derrick Lewis might be hitting retirement here. Not that he should. He doesn't need to. But
You hear Derrick Lewis earlier this week?
when he said, they're like, "You're usually so shy and quiet." And he's like, "Nah, I'm just really high all the time."
No, they
Feeling
also
there.
go, how do you control your anger? Like you take off in the octagon, but you're so calm in the media. He's like, yeah, I'm just high all the time.
That is a good way to control your
Fucking
anger, Derrick Lewis.
Derrick Lewis is a good guy, dude.
He
I
is a
fuck
good
with
guy.
Derrick Lewis a lot, but kind of laid an egg. He tends to do that every once in a while. That's
He
probably
kind of did. It was
that's-
like
It's probably his biggest criticism. To
he
be
started off
honest,
good. I like those kicks he started the fight off with.
his problem is though, if he can't get it going early, he has a tough time late. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he does. Unfortunately,
Like, to be honest, he got super lucky in that Volkov fight.
oh well, yeah. I mean, he
That set up the
knockout
title
with, what,
shot.
5
But
seconds
yeah,
left.
5 seconds left, and it was just. He's hitting them with 1-2s until he fucking heard the bell.
That shit was sick. That was a sick fight, though.
That was sick, no lie.
But yeah, I
But
think Derrick Lewis
he was
is-
losing that fight up to there.
He's made some decent money. It seems like he
Yeah.
got paid pretty good for that DC fight. So good to him.
Yeah, and heavyweights
happens.
in a place right now where it's just like kind of locked up all over the place.
It's all the UFC's fault for that. But yeah,
100%.
pretty much.
100%.
And there's no cause for an interim title because they rushed the Daniel Cormier Derrick Lewis fight. I mean, that was just in November. So
And what if you're Brock Lesnar right now? Who would you rather fight, Daniel Cormier or John Jones?
John Jones, especially when those pay-per-view numbers just came
Exactly. Who would they do?
out, like just under 700,000.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, when
That's
you
really
consider
good.
that what all the others have done. I mean, DC's
Yeah.
last fight was nothing. It was
Well,
like
and you know what a lot of
300,000?
people don't take into account nowadays is like there's
Tops.
a lot of people that don't pay for it and watch it. Like that's probably like gonna
What?
be the future.
Say it isn't so. People are illegally streaming UFC events.
No, but still, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like that's like the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you know that like Logan Paul, whatever dude, when he had that fight, he knew a lot of
The
people were gonna
KSW
do
fight,
that.
yeah.
He knew a lot of people were gonna stream that, so he like, I don't know how he did it, but like somehow got paid from the people streaming it. Also, it was weird.
One thing I'll give those guys, their fight was pretty whack, but their business acumen to do such a thing was pretty fucking smart.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they got paid.
But you know what I'm saying? That's like kind of what's going on nowadays, and it's kind of fucked for the fighters. But that's what a big part of the Mayweather McGregor thing. They said the same thing, that they had a lot of people that fucked it up because they streamed it like
Right.
illegally. So it's like really that's what's going to be the future when you think about like pay-per-views is like how are they going to be able to like still get their money from those sites that are, you know, doing that. Which we'll see, but it's just numbers aren't what they used to be because of it is what I'm saying basically.
No, I mean, look, Fury Wilder did, what, 300,000 roughly?
Really? That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's rough.
It was under 4 for sure. It was under 400,000, above 300,000, and that was the best heavyweight boxing fight. What, of the last decade?
Yeah, I watched it at fucking.
You know, and it had tremendously good build up to it as
Yeah.
well, and that's all it pulled off. And we got John Jones coming out of retirement, or not retirement, coming off suspension.
Yeah.
You know, and getting.
But that card was
Over-
fucking stacked though. Don't
600K.
Well, don't forget though, because then you also had the welterweight fight, and also Ben Askren, who was getting like 1 million
No,
views
you're right.
on
It's
YouTube.
that's
the
the thing in
week before.
UFC. The rest of the card does count in most cases, but
No one's bringing that up.
to bring that back around to Brock, that I think that's what Brock cares about. I don't think Brock gives a flying
exactly.
rat's ass
He wants the
if he
fight.
can
Yeah, he wants
beat
the fight.
DC.
Exactly.
Like, he don't
He
care.
wants the biggest money fight.
Yeah, he wants to get paid.
He wants the big one and get out.
And DC, while an excellent fighter, he's no kind of draw. I mean,
Yeah.
he's just not.
Here's the problem though. John's kind of rebuilding his legacy, so he's filling it in with a bunch of smaller fights. But yeah, I think the biggest fight at heavyweight right now is John Jones versus Brock.
Yeah, for sure.
And where does that leave DC? Left out, honestly. But the UFC, who knows?
Well,
Who knows?
so that's what's up with Derrick Lewis, and that's a bit what's up with Junior Dos Santos.
Yeah, I
So
think
there's a lot of other fights.
I think
on that
everyone's
card,
locked
but
up, bro.
Everyone's like locked up. Yeah.
Everyone's locked up.
You know, the other fight that I thought was pretty cool on that card, or not cool, but exciting, was that Tim Means versus Nico Price.
Yeah, that was a good fucking fight.
Poor Tim Means came out of it with a broken leg and ankle.
Dude, he was winning that fight too. He
Yeah.
was getting the best of him, and then fucking Price just hit him with a right that he was not ready for. That's what happens when you trade, though, man. That's what people don't realize. It's like it's all fun and games, so you get hit with a fucking right, just right in the button. You're fucked.
Yeah, punches like that can turn out anybody's lights.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
But what sucked is how he fell.
Yeah, he fell
Sad.
so
Tim Means has
awkwardly.
always been one of those guys that was just like right in the thick of things, you know.
He is. He's never top 5, but never that far out of the top 10. You know, I've always liked that dude, the Dirty Bird. I like guys that get their shit together after having troubles in life. You know,
Yeah.
both him and Lewis did the same shit. You know, they got in some trouble. They got themselves straightened the fuck out. Fighting provides a good avenue to do that type of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I felt bad for him when he had that whole bullshit with USADA. It was good to see he got cleared. You know, it was a contaminated supplement, not steroids. He comes back.
You know what's weird though? It doesn't matter if you're still cleared and they find out if it's a contaminated substance, you still have to serve the suspension.
Yeah, it's
Strange.
because they say you're ultimately responsible for putting something into your body.
Strange.
It is weird, but that was a hell of a fight. Sucks. We wish Tim Means a speedy recovery on a broken leg and ankle. Sucks for him on that regard.
That puts Nico Price right back into the thick of things too.
yeah, because
His last fight, he had that was rough for him, but before that, he had some momentum, and then he kind of got stopped, and then he's just right back in it now.
Yeah,
It's a good win.
there's a lot going on in that division.
Oh yeah,
You think Tim could move up? He's a tall guy.
he's never really wanted to. He's never showed it, like expressed interest in it. So who knows?
Well, there was lots of other fights on the card, but I don't really think there was much that we
It's
should
nothing too
you know,
exciting.
really be talking about on today's episode. But we do have a really interesting card coming up next week.
Next week,
I think there's lots of
Great one.
there's
Top to
lots of-
bottom.
yeah, lots of ramifications for the division in there. We got it's headlined by a 170-pound fight. What is Darren Till versus
Jorge Masvidal.
Jorge Masvidal,
Coming off
former
a year.
lightweight.
What? He's like a 2-year layoff almost. Year and a
Masvidal?
half. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been out for a minute. He has been out for
He's
a
gotten a
minute.
little bit bigger.
Yeah, Gamebred's no joke, dude.
He's
That
a
dude's
fucking
legit
badass.
fucking badass.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fucking scrap without a doubt.
And he's coming up. You know, he used to mess around down at lightweight,
Yeah.
but he has been off a while. He's certainly capable of fighting the bigger dudes, and that dude's
yeah.
full of fight. Like
He just came off of what, Wonder Boy?
pretty certain it was Wonder Boy and Masvidal.
What was his last one?
Yeah, so
But either way.
that's an exciting fight.
a
I
good
like
one.
that, and we've got Ben Askren in the wings.
He'll be in the
really,
front row.
really chiming out for the winner.
He'll
Like
be
he's
in
been
the
all
front
over
row.
social media. He's
Yeah,
gonna be
this
there.
morning he tweeted, he goes, He goes, "Hey, I'm sorry, Masvidal. I haven't really been giving you your respect that you could possibly win this fight. Hey, you suck too."
Who would you rather see him fight, Darren Till or Jorge?
I'd like to see Jorge just because I'd like to see like the dog versus the dog,
Jorge's a
stand
fucking
up
animal,
versus grappling.
dude. That dude is an animal from his backyard fight days, man.
Yeah.
That dude came up fucking what?
If
this
Dana
Miami
wants, if
backyard
Dana
fight
wants,
scene?
if Dana wants to test Ben Askren the most, he'll probably give him Masvidal because I don't know. Till I think would just get taken down too easy.
It'll be like the Woodley fight. Till
Yeah.
Woodley, Till Askren would be very similar.
Except I
in
think
my
I think
opinion.
Till could wear a punch way better than Woodley. I think Askren could probably lay like he can take a punch a lot better than Woodley can.
He hasn't had much damage.
No, dude, he got fucked up in that fucking.
That was more damage than he
Lawler
probably
fight.
took in his entire fucking career.
Oh yeah, for sure,
like
sure,
cumulative,
without a doubt.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely more than
But
any
he's
single
talking
fight.
about he wants to fight in June.
That's right around the corner. I'm down. Let's keep it rolling.
Well, he was talking about it on a few podcasts this week. He was like, 36, only got so much time.
34.
Is he?
Yeah, he's 34.
Oh shit, my bad. 34, but whatever. He was basically
still
saying
older for
he's
a
basically
fucking
saying he was more in
welterweight.
the twilight of his career, but he
Yeah.
still has all the same skills, more or less. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, I'm just trying to get the best fights I can to get to the belt.
I'm down with him fighting.
Especially
whoever,
with
but I'd rather see Masvidal,
no
too.
one's really talking about it. You think the UFC is gonna do anything to Colby about that shit in the casino? Because literally he talked about it the night before. Dana White was like, just don't do anything stupid. And what did
No,
they
because
do?
he didn't do anything.
Both of them were though. Because he could have ran away. He didn't really run away. He tried to fight back too. Like no doubt he
Into
got
the Phelan?
no doubt he got blitzed, but like he was definitely like trying to defend himself.
I think
for
if they were
sure.
going to do something, they already would have. It's
Yeah.
been over, 10 days?
That's true.
They
But
ain't said
still,
shit.
I don't know.
They won't even do
I
anything
think
to
I
Ali
think Ben
Abdulaziz.
I think Ben and Usman fucking sells a whole lot better than fucking Ben versus Till and fucking Usman versus Colby.
Yeah, I do too. I like that fight. They have that wrestling history and just that back and forth, which I find.
Well, and
pretty
then
neat.
also it's like he just beat Woodley, so it's like
You got that story.
it's like,
too.
hey, bro, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like he would had no chance really at the 170 belt before, but at the same time, I think Dana White's gonna do exactly what he's gonna do to Woodley and make Ben have to take a long road until he gets to the belt. Although I think that fight sells, man, because what if Colby beats freaking Usman? Colby and Ben don't really have that big of a history, but Marty versus fucking Ben Askren is
Yeah,
the
that'd be pretty
biggest fight at 170 right now.
So is that what you're hoping for? You want to see
Although
Askren get the winner at Till,
Yeah.
Masvidal, and then into a title shot after that?
I don't even know if he needs to fight the winner of this fight. I think it could just be Ben Kamaru next week.
Think the UFC would do that?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It could happen.
UFC will do fucking anything these
Yeah.
days. So who knows?
Just let Colby fuck it up.
Well, what's your prediction for Till?
I think it's gonna be a dogfight, dude. I don't really know.
It's in London. Till's gonna have that home crowd boost. Some fighters do good with that. Others don't.
I don't know. I've seen Till in dogfights before, and the one dogfight he was ever in, he had is his like that draw in his career. You know what I'm saying? Although he was injured, that dude just like everyone we've seen be able to wear his punches, he's had tough fights with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think freaking Game Bread could probably wear those punches.
I think so too. Dude's a real scrapper. I like Game Bread in this fight. I think.
And
he's gonna
I
win.
do wonder how much he's looking a lot bigger these days than he did his first two fight, first 3 or 4 fights. And I wonder how much weight he's cutting, because Game Bread will be there in the third round, but will Darren Till be there in the third round? is the question, you know?
Yeah, Darren Till's had notoriously bad weight cuts at 170
Yeah.
as well. So
I mean,
I
we
think you
saw a
always gotta
picture of
look
him
at
like
that.
the other day. He looks like he's in good shape, but I wonder what he's weighing in that shape. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I mean, the dude went blind during the
Yeah,
weight
fuck.
cut. Like, that's still one of the craziest things I've ever
Yeah.
heard.
Well, I mean, also you got to remember that weight cut was like last minute because he had like some family issues.
Yeah, something went on with his girl or something.
No one like brings that up.
That's a valid point.
Since then, he hasn't really missed weight.
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah, I forget about that.
yeah. Although freaking they keep bringing it up. I saw this cool like chair interview they had with Dan Hardy where they were like face to face. They were talking shit. It was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Not talking shit, but just like respectfully talking shit.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, I'm gonna go out there and try to knock him out. He's gonna try to knock me out. I'll probably knock him out in the first round. And it was like Darren Till was just saying the same shit back to him.
I like some of the new stuff they're doing on ESPN. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire up that bowl. I think I can hit that. The bong didn't make me call for nothing, so we're good. You know, there's another fucking good welterweight scrap in the co-main on this upcoming London card with my boy Gunnar
Serious
Nelson.
implications in that one as well.
Yeah, Gunnar Nelson versus Leon Edwards.
Yeah, that should be a good fight. I think that's a good one for. I think Gunnar gets it done, man. Puts him right back in the mix. I think Leon's a tough dude, but I think Gunner's jiu-jitsu is too good.
Gunner's jiu-jitsu is unbelievable.
It's too good.
And his
And his stand-up has gotten. They've gotten better. They've gotten better.
It really has. He
It'd
seems
be a
to
good-
pack some power in his.
Well, you got Leon
non-muscular
Edwards really
frame.
pushing for the Till fight also. So I think
Yeah.
if Till were to lose this fight, that's where it would go. But if he beats Masvidal, I don't think he'll fight Leon Edwards next. That'd be a step
No, that'd be a
back.
setback. for
But if he
Till.
loses this fight, I could see him fighting Edwards next.
Yeah, if they both lose, that's the
Edwards is
fight to
coming in
make.
with a lot of freaking confidence here. He's talking about he's gonna be the UFC champion by the end of 2019.
That's
what
an
he said.
admirable goal, but you better not overlook Gunnar Nelson.
That's exactly what Till said. So Till said, he's like, you better shut up. Fucking Gunner's
Gunnar
gonna tap
Nelson's a
you.
deadly
He goes-
motherfucker who
he
kind of
goes,
flies
Gunner,
on the DL.
dude, he does.
Like people don't
But
talk about him much.
Although Gunner's had big moments where he could have really took his next step and he's failed.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. Well,
that Damian Maia fight was awful.
oh my god, that was
He got
so
tore
bad.
up.
So bad.
I mean, although he did get eye poked the shit out of him,
Ponzinibbio,
he still got knocked
Ponzi
out.
is a beat,
Yeah, I know he
He
got
took
his
4
eye
eye
pokes,
pokes in
but he
like
still
10
got
seconds. It
KO'd.
was
I mean,
brutal.
it was rough.
But he did get KO'd. You can't change that, but
Yeah, can't change the result, but he definitely did get eye poked.
a lot. Yeah, that was still one of the worst sequences. Like for just
That
boom,
dude's
boom,
done
boom.
it 5 fights in a row. Someone
Nobody
needs to say
fucking
something.
says
though.
anything.
Yeah.
I feel like you and me and like
A
assorted
few
people on
people.
Twitter that chime in are like, that's about it.
Yeah.
Like no, like anybody just ask like, hey, can you
Yo,
can you
this-
win a fight without
Yeah, without poking someone. He did the same thing to Mike Perry. He did the same thing to
he
fucking
fucked Perry up too.
He
He did. Yeah, he did. Perry.
who else
was
was
it
it?
Paul Felder?
Maybe, I don't know.
That was his last fight, wasn't it? The Felder fight. I could be.
I
wrong.
don't think so.
He fucking. I know he eye poked in every fight. Because we
Yeah,
were
it
talking
was
about
Neil Magny.
Neil Magny. That's who it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did get Neil Magny.
He
in the
fucking
first round.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
He tore Neil Magny up though. It was rough. It was a rough night for Neil Magny.
That was. Neil's been around a minute too.
Yeah, he's had some rough nights lately.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's
Like
for
when he
sure.
fought Lorenz. Oh, that was a rough one
Oh
for him.
God, yeah.
That was terrible.
He's coming up in that Bellator tournament, isn't he?
I want
Lawrence?
to say.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he is here sometime in the rotation. But back to this Till Masvidal, yeah, a lot of implications with that Leon Edwards Gunnar Nelson fight. I think we both think Nelson's going to pull that shit out, though, right?
Yeah.
What about that Ozdemir versus Dominic Reyes at 205?
I think Ozdemir's time is over. I think Reyes is another one of those
You think
guys who's in
quick
the
time's
mix.
done?
Yeah.
That shit ran out.
Well, I mean, I think he should have beat Lionheart, but he just didn't.
He's in a tough spot. Dominic Reyes appears pretty legit.
Yeah, he's pretty legit. I think this is his coming out party. I think he's gonna whoop Ozdemir ass.
That'd be interesting. I almost hope that happens just because it continues this kind of trend of new blood in
I
the 205 division.
I like Johnny Walker versus the winner of this fight.
Ooh, I like that too. That's fucking, especially if it's Reyes.
Yeah.
Either one is good, but I like that.
Because everyone was talking about him versus Gus. I mean, we'll talk about it later, but that's not going to happen anymore.
Right. That's a pretty.
So I'd like the winner of this versus Johnny Walker. That'd be legit.
Yeah.
That'd be a good test for him also, because both these guys would be a tough fight, I think. Although, who knows? Johnny Walker could knock them out in 30 seconds. That dude's
That's
a
possible.
savage.
That dude's crazy.
He's a fucking savage.
They might rush him into a title shot if he comes out and has some amazing
Nah,
performance
Dana already
again.
said he's not doing that. He said he's taking it slow.
I hope they do.
Uh,
John Jones.
part
might
of
be
me,
best to get
part
him
of me
out.
does, and a part of me doesn't.
Shit.
You don't want to take too long because you don't want Jones to get too old and lose by the time Johnny gets there. Because if you want him to be the next big thing at 205, you gotta I'd say you give him the Jones fight in the next 3 fights. Like let's say he beats the winner of this one, and then beats a guy like Lionheart or Gus, and then Jones.
Yeah,
Or
I
maybe,
like that.
or
I like
maybe
that plan,
Santos. Maybe Santos off the loss to Jones. You give him Walker, and then he beats him, and then gets Jones.
I like that scenario too.
I fucking like that dude. He's a savage.
You think they're gonna book that Thiago Santos?
They said it's pretty
John
much
Jones
done.
fight pretty
Yeah, it's
soon?
pretty much done. I don't know. Probably in July or something like that. Or who knows? John could
They
want to
might
turn
do it for
around.
Fight Week here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
In July.
that's what's in July. They might. If you wonder what Fight Week is, it's International Fight Week here in Las Vegas, folks.
Yeah.
If you're a fight fan, it's the absolute best time to come out here
Yep.
to Las Vegas. It's fucking International Fight Week.
Yeah, it's fun as fuck.
Yeah.
There's so much shit to do.
Absolutely. God, I love living here. So that would be a cool announcement. But
Yeah.
we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that fight and see how that plays out as well. Where is that on the card? Is that I know it's on the main. Is that the third fight?
Yeah.
Nice. There's a lot of other good fights.
Yeah,
on
there's
there,
some
too.
other good fights. A lot of good up and coming European fighters on there.
Yeah. Well, fucking good shit, man. I think that probably wraps up the Till versus Masvidal card for now. We'll be talking about the results next week and how that's all going to play out for sure. But I think now it probably brings us into our fighter who smokes.
Yep.
Who do we got this week, brother?
Used to be a fighter, not really anymore.
Used
He's
to be
not
a
much of a
fighter.
smoker, but
And
he's
he
more
used to
of
be
a,
an anti-smoker,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, but he's more into the CBD part of things, which is another big part of this whole MMA game. There's a lot of these guys, but
Absolutely.
Brendan Schaub,
Brendan Shaw, Big
Yeah.
Brown.
he's a comedian now, but I mean, he used to be a fighter, so
Dude,
it
he's
counts.
everything. now.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
does everything.
He's a
Podcaster.
podcaster. He's like a
He does
show host.
Yeah, he's in the fucking movies. Like he's in everything, dude.
He's got a lot of different podcasts too.
Yeah.
And
He's funny as fuck.
he's about to. I mean, he seems like he's practically a model these days. Like he was on the red carpet at like the Emmys or some shit for
Yeah,
the
he-
E Network
for E, yeah.
interviewing people. And then he's got this surprising stand-up career,
Yeah, he's
which I haven't heard him yet.
Works hard.
But dude, he's a hustler, man. People
Yeah.
seem to like shitting on Brendan Schaub for whatever reason, but dude, I
Yeah, he's
admire
a-
that dude. I'm a hustler. That dude's a hustler. Like,
Yeah.
he's out there getting shit going. But yeah, he used to not be on the weed scene so much, at least publicly.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, he admits to smoking weed. Of course,
He
he's
smokes
on
weed
JRE
on all
the
the time smoking.
He's
weed
on the Fight
there.
Companions getting high. He said he takes.
It's so funny when he smokes. He says the dumbest shit when he starts smoking weed. Dude.
Yeah, you can tell he's not a lifelong smoker because
Yeah,
he's not
no.
like Joe can get high and still hold a conversation.
Yeah,
Schaub
yeah.
gets a little goofy.
Yeah, it's funny as fuck. But the whole reason we're talking about him today though is because he's big into the CBD part of things. Unfortunately, like I guess his son was dealing with some like he said they're like shotgun headaches or something like that, where like he couldn't see and stuff like that. and then he started giving his son CBD, and he said it's literally gone away completely.
That's
And he said his
amazing.
whole family uses it now. He said he uses it to sleep, his wife, his kid, everyone. And then I'm gonna try the company that he sponsors him, but now he's sponsored by a company, CBD company, on his podcast also.
Yeah,
That's
I've
pretty
noticed
dope.
that as well. So he's really getting out there and pushing it, and
It's
that's
more
good.
like the advocate side of things because you know,
Yeah.
like a lot of people aren't into like the getting high part, and that's okay. You know, like if you're more into like the health benefits, then CBD is definitely the way to go. You know?
Absolutely. CBD, if somehow you haven't heard what CBD is, it's it's a part of the cannabis plant that allows you to get a lot of medicinal benefits without any of the psychoactive benefits. So
Yeah.
you can, you can take it. You don't have to worry about quote unquote getting high, and it helps with all sorts of different things. Of course, none of this is approved by the FDA here in America.
It is now.
We got the stupid Food and Drug
CBD is.
Administration. Well, they've approved it, but not as like a medicine or anything
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I mean, it's approved. We're
It's, like,
now allowed to
legal
extract
now.
from hemp and
Yeah.
things here, which is about damn time. But so like when you purchase it, CBD, it doesn't say like on the bottle it cures this or that. These
Yeah,
are
no.
all personal experiences that people have had, and it's certainly not medical advice. But you should look it up if it's something that you're interested in. I believe his kid was having seizures too,
Yeah.
wasn't he, Shabs? If I've heard correctly.
Or like some like symptoms of that kind of stuff.
I know some other people that take CBD mixed with THC specifically for seizures. Guy's dad he was having like 30 a day, and it's down to like he has 1 or 2 a week.
Dang. That's
Off
crazy.
fucking CBD.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
That is awesome, and it's awesome that that's something that Shab has got on with. He's got a pretty big platform.
Yeah,
You
and for
know.
him to come out and say that kind of stuff, it's good. A lot of this whole segment was to bring this kind of stuff into play. You know what I'm talking about? So like,
Yeah, it's people
thanks
need to
to him,
realize
you
that it's not the days of just being the fucking stupid stoner are over. Like
Yeah.
this is a fucking a stigma that needs to be erased from
Yeah.
the marijuana industry and away from marijuana users. You should be able to say I smoke marijuana and have people not automatically think you're some kind of fucking lazy idiot that's
Yeah.
killing off your brain cells. All kinds of athletes smoke cannabis. All kinds of successful people smoke cannabis, and all kinds of people can get the benefits of it from CBD. So
yeah, 100%.
that's fucking awesome. Brendan Schaub had an interesting fight career too. I mean, he had every single fight in the UFC. He came in off the Ultimate Fighter TV show. Former NFL player.
He smashed everyone up to the
He
finals.
smashed the shit all the way up to Roy Nelson.
Roy Nelson who just sat on him.
And yeah, just like he did Kimbo.
Yeah.
But it was enough for Roy
Knocked
to
him
win.
out. Yeah.
But then he comes into the UFC. I think he goes. What was his final record? Was it 10-5?
Something like that. Yeah.
He beat some.
Beat big names.
Noticeable
I mean,
names.
and also the only fights he ever lost were like huge names in their prime.
Yeah, he only lost to
What, Travis Brown, Nogueira.
when Travis Brown was something.
Yeah.
To Nogueira, Ben Rothwell, like in
Andre
2012.
Arlovski.
Arlovski back then. Yeah, these are all legit heavyweights.
Like, those were legit losses.
I mean, he has a win over Mirko Krokop, for God's
Yeah,
sake.
and Gabriel Gonzaga too.
And Gonzaga, yeah. And, I think he probably would have gone on to have a longer career, but he started getting knocked out a little bit,
Yeah,
and Joe Rogan
Joe
stepped
Rogan,
in.
yeah, kind of.
I remember that first podcast when he did that. It was kind of cringy. It was like,
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
Dave.
But they wanted him to. He wanted them to do that.
Yeah.
He asked them to do it.
I mean, cringy and not like a embarrassing way. It was just like, wow, you
was
guys are going
like,
to talk about this
damn.
on air?
Yeah.
Okay. But it was
But-
good.
It was good for him, man. It changed his whole life.
Yeah. Dude,
He always talks about it too. He's like,
Yeah.
although it was super awkward, like it changed his whole life.
good
Which
on
is
him,
dope, man. That's
And from
super
being a
cool.
guy that used to come out and say some of the very things that we're talking about, because he used to think that people that smoked weed were just lazy
Yeah.
and ignorant and stupid, and so he thought that's
For him
what
to
weed
change
did
up
for
his
you.
whole
And
life.
he used to say that publicly, and then he
Yeah.
comes out and was like, "Well, shit, I was wrong."
I was wrong. Yeah.
I mean, he admitted that on a podcast. I think it was 3-4 years ago that he was wrong for those thoughts, and now he's big enough to not only partake a bit and to
Yeah.
share that, but then to get on board with something that he can't deny has medical benefits that he's feeding his family.
yeah.
He's giving his own family CBD stuff and then talking
Yep.
about it. And I know a little bit about that company that sponsors him. They seem pretty legit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of the downside of this right now with both CBD and marijuana is it's kind of like the Wild West
100%.
in some ways. Like pretty much anybody can start a CBD company up.
Yeah.
Like right now, Like anybody listening, if you're in America, you could go start a CBD company. There's the fucking multi-level marketing that's kind of weaseled its way into it, which is always kind of shady. So don't let that dissuade you if you're looking into it, though. There's lots of good companies.
Yeah.
And if you live in a state that's got fucking medical or recreational weed, you should get your CBD from your weed store. Because then it's been tested. It's fucking legit. It's gone through the same process as your weed has. Where, like, if you're just buying it online or from a smoke shop and you're not in a state with legal weed, it's not getting those same stringent requirements. So
yeah.
Good old Brendan Schaub. Thanks for being a fighter who smokes.
100%.
Word.
Former fighter who smokes.
Former fighter who smokes.
All right, well, let's get into the last segment of the day. Let's get through some of these fight announcements, huh?
We had a lot of fight announcements this week, man.
Well, we're starting to get into that next part of the year where the cards need to fill up.
Yeah, the UFC kind of tends to announce things by quarter.
Yeah.
And we're coming to kind of the near end of this first quarter here, so you can see where they want to get some fight announcements out. Because what do we have? Like 5, 6, 7 fight announcements?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that shit. What's the big one you think?
Well, I'm just going to kind of go down the list by the most recent. So on April 20th, we got Alexander Volkov versus Alistair Overeem.
At heavyweight.
Out on 420.
On 420.
Watching motherfuckers get knocked out.
Oh, that's nice to have a UFC event on 420.
Yep.
Dude, that means we can hit the 420 events here in Vegas first.
And watch the fights.
And then in the night of the fights. Hell yeah.
Whoa. But,
dude, that's
a good fight.
That's an important fight right there.
That's a good fight for both guys.
Yeah.
Puts them back on the map.
It does. I don't have a prediction on that fight.
I don't want to yet.
It's too early for that stuff. But
then
that's
we got
a good heavyweight fight.
Then on April 27th, just the week after, we got Jacare and Yoel Romero running it back. That was a good fight the first time. I mean, Yoel handled him the first 2 rounds pretty well, but then gassed.
Yeah.
Gassed heavy in the third. Remember, everyone was wanting that to be a 5-round fight just because he was fading so bad. Yeah, that is a main event. It's on a fight night.
Oh, so it is a fight night card, main event, 5-rounder. Wow. It's been a minute since we've seen Romero. I thought he was going to move up to 205. I really did.
Yeah, I did too. But he said he only walks around about like 203.
He must be one of these guys that's kind of like when we saw Tyron Woodley in person a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Tyron did not look as big as I thought he was.
Way smaller. You see him on TV, and you're
but
like,
he could have been cutting a lot of weight, though.
It could be a case of the TV just making him look slightly larger than he is.
That's true too.
But who knows? But that's a good fight. I like that.
That's a good fight.
That's another.
It's a good run back. I like that.
Yeah, I got no problems with that. So that's back-to-back good fights, one right after the other.
And then on May 4th, I don't think this is the main event, but Elias Theodoro and Derrick Brunson are gonna get in there. That should be a good fight.
No, that's Brunson's first fight since he lost to Adesanya, correct?
Yep. And he's coming off 2 losses.
Yeah.
To Anderson and then Adesanya.
How's Elias's wrestling defense?
I don't know. Derrick Brunson, who knows what he's gonna do? Derrick Brunson's either like straight up tries to wrestle or he tries to throw big shots.
Yeah, he's got some fire in his hands.
I think Theodoro could. I think this is a good fight for him to kind of get his name out there on the map.
That'd be a big win.
Big win. Because he's like, I want to say 13, 14 maybe in the division, or like just or just on the cusp. There. Or he might be unranked, just to be on the cusp.
Wherever he's at in that, say 12 to 18 spot, he's been there for a while.
Yeah.
It's time. This would be a good move.
This would be a good step up
if he can win it.
If he can have a good performance.
I like that fight too. I like that.
Yeah, and then announced on the main card of the Rose Namajunas
title fight,
that pay-per-view. We got Jose Aldo taking on Alexander Volkanovski.
Volkanovski coming off that KO of Chad Mendes.
Yep. And Aldo coming off the fucking KO of Moicano.
Yeah, Aldo coming off the Moicano victory. So, do we know who was telling the truth when the UFC, when Dana White said that Jose wanted a 3-round co-main event spot and not the 5-round? Like, did you hear about this back and forth?
Yeah.
Because I heard he got placed on this card specifically in a 3-round fight at his request, not to have a 5-round.
Well, no, that was in the last fight. In the last fight when he was on the
Was that the Moicano fight? Am I just high?
Yeah, the Moicano fight. He requested to be on
there
the
you
main
go.
card. This is a main card fight because the title fight is the main event.
Yeah, I think there's 2 title fights on that.
No,
there?
it's not.
It's just one. It's just Rose and Andrade.
So far,
So
yeah.
far. Well, either way, that's a tough
Either
fight.
way,
That's
yeah, Volkanovski could really put an end to Odlo's career here. I think. We're gonna really find out how legit he is tonight.
What is he? 20-1, 19-1, something like that.
Something like
and been
that.
on a tear.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah.
I think he fights out of the same gym as Israel Adesanya also.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's a killer fight. I like that a lot.
A good
that
fight.
card's shaping up pretty nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Shaping up real nice.
All right, then we head down a little bit to June 1st. We got Anthony Lionheart Smith coming back off the loss to John Jones against Alexander Gustafsson coming off the loss to John Jones. In Stockholm, Sweden.
In Stockholm, Sweden.
This is a chance for Gus. So a chance for him to redeem himself after getting KO'd by Anthony Johnson in Stockholm, and this is not the fight for him.
Man, he's going to wind up losing in both of his hometown fights, man.
You think so?
I think Lionheart. I'm just a believer in Lionheart.
I am
that
too,
John
but I don't
Jones
think
fight only made me more of a believer.
I think it's too early for me to take a prediction on here. I think this fight is going to be a close one.
Yeah, I reserve the right to change my mind.
No, you don't.
As we get
No,
closer
you
to
don't.
That. But right
It's
now,
over.
my insta thought, Lionheart's gonna.
How
fuck
hurt
Gus
do you
up.
think Lionheart? I don't think Lionheart came out with any injuries at all out of that Jones fight.
No, I don't think he did either.
Then Gus either. I mean, he did get his knee chopped up a little bit, but I don't think it permanent did any damage. So that should be a good one. I like that.
Yeah, I like that a lot, dog.
And then
Man, that's a sick fight. I just keep thinking that's a sick fucking fight.
That is a
man.
good fight.
That is a sick fucking fight. Because one thing that,
That's a main event of the fight night as well, I think. So it's a 5-rounder.
and they're both pretty equally in size. Like no one
Yeah.
talked about that. Like when it was Gus and Jones, it was like, oh, it's just as big. Well, so is fucking Lionheart, man.
Not necessarily. I think Jones is bigger.
Was he a couple inches taller?
He was an inch
Well,
taller and
he's
a couple
a tall
inches.
guy though.
Yeah, he was. Don't get me wrong. He was good size, but I think Jones is bigger than him, lengthwise. He was just
good.
longer.
That's a good fight. Too bad we got to wait till June, but
Yeah,
that's all right.
Still. And then on June 8th, a couple of women's fights with big title implications. You got I'm not even gonna butcher this name. I got
Caitlin versus JoJo Calderwood.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce her last name
Kahugian,
either.
I don't know.
Cahugian. We're so
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm sorry, but I don't know how to say that one. Against Calderwood, it's number 3 taking on number 6. That's a big fight.
It's my girl JoJo.
And then right after that, you got Nina Ansaroff versus Tatiana Suarez. And that's a number 2 versus. It's weird. They have all right, in the rankings, it's all 3 of them are tied for number 3.
That is weird.
Yeah.
A 3-way tie for.
Yeah, for 3rd in the division. But gotta make sense though, because then you got Joanna for number 1.
That Ansaroff Suarez fight.
That's gonna be a good fight. That is gonna be.
Nina's on a bit of a come up. Her striking's looking pretty sporty.
100%.
And then Suarez. I mean, those takedowns. That girl is
Imagine
looking unstoppable with.
And I think the winner of this gets Rose next.
Yeah, probably.
Imagine Nina Ansaroff freaking. Yeah, that's true. Good point. Ansaroff wins the title, and then you got Nunes and Ansaroff have
That'd be pretty
a
awesome.
belt. That'd be intense.
Girlfriends having the belt. That'd be dope.
And then Nunes goes down and takes Shevchenko's belt too. And then they have all the belts.
I hope Rose wins. Just speaking of that fight, I'm a huge Rose Namajunas fan.
I don't know if she could take those punches. I don't know if she could take
Jessica
those
Andrade
punches.
in Brazil.
Yeah, it's rough.
Ooh.
That is a rough one.
Ooh. Man, those are some great fucking fights,
Yep.
man.
100%.
That's got me excited for this next little 3-round or 3-month match. For sure, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in, whether you're listening to us on WBUZ 95 on radio.net or the Orange Radio app. Our show is on there on Thursday nights. It's going to be 6 p.m. out here in Vegas, 8 p.m. Central, 9 on the East Coast. or if you can find us on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, all those places. Where can they go for the info, Paul?
S.W.A.T.MMA.com. And then you also can click gear and get one of these shirts, you know?
Yep,
Right
Paul's
here.
got one of our cool
Boom,
SWAT
boom,
MMA shirts on. We got some other designs popping up. We're working on some others as well.
Go get one, motherfuckers.
Hell yeah. We're going to get back to all this fine herb we're smoking. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thanks to our sponsor, Experience Premium Cannabis, for this delicious tincture that's got us both fucked up right now. And you can find out more about that at epclv.com. Thanks, everybody. Peace.
Later.